Hi, and welcome to Chamber Chat via Zoom. This is a new member welcome. I'm so excited to have Aqualite US here with us today. I have Toli Che, Beth Hildreth, and Bridget Bell. How are you doing?
Hi,
Hey, thank you for
it's nice to meet you. Nice to meet the
Yes,
chamber.
yes, we're so excited to have you as a member. The second you joined, you got super active, and that gets us so excited when people take advantage of all that we have to offer. So thank you for that.
Oh, well, thank you. It's been fun meeting everyone.
Virtually. It'll
Yes,
be even more fun when we can do it all in person.
I know.
So Toli, can you tell us a little bit about Aqualite and yourself, your role at the company?
yeah. Well, to start a little bit about myself, I am the Chief Operating Officer here at Aqualite US. My role is really to oversee day-to-day operation and also build out the strategic initiative of the firm. So a little bit about the firm. The firm is a water treatment service provider and been servicing the New England area for the last 29 years. We predominantly provide water treatment system for residential homeowners, ranging from both city and well water. We do a lot of customization. Our goal here is not really to sell you a product, but really provide you a solution. So that way, when we do provide you a service, we're really solving the customer issues, and we feel like we're walking away like we're treating the water, and we're really adding value to their life. And so a little bit about the company. For the last year and a half, we have been rapidly growing. Over the last year, we had partnered up with Home Depot and really expanded our operations. We started off with our relationship in Home Depot down in Alabama. And then within 6 months, we got opportunities to have some stores up in New England. And then that spread up across all the Northeast, and then we're going down as far as Key West, Florida. To date, we have about 125 Home Depot stores that we're working with and providing water treatment to those stores' customers as well. During the pandemic, though, we had my business partner and I, Reals Mosquita, had been thinking about ways to pivot the company and pivoting the company because of our business model. Our business model is going in individual home and testing water, and obviously that can't we can't do that now with this current environment. So we thought about it in April on how could we pivot the company and what could we do to further expand our sales channel and the way we could help the community out as well. So we decided that we're going to really expand our air purification offering. We've been offering air for the last couple of months, but didn't really take advantage of it and kind of look at it. This is what's going on in the world and how we could help individuals out, and also a way to make people feel comfortable when inside the house as well. So we decided to hire Beth, who's our director of marketing, to help really spread our air purification offering, and also hire Bridget to sell the product and service the product as well. To date, we have been working with various companies throughout the Massachusetts and New England area, and so far the reception has been great.
Excellent. Sounds like a great business model, the way that you kind of pivoted during all this. Great opportunity for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I think most companies like us, small businesses, either you adapt or you're not going to survive in this environment. And I think we got a great team. And I would say 2 months ago, the company is totally different from what it is today.
Remarkable. And you mentioned that you hired Beth, Director of Marketing. So Beth, why don't you introduce yourself?
Sure. I am Beth Hildreth, Director of Marketing for Aqualite US, and I've been thrilled and happy and pleased ever since I came on board, because as part of the pivoting, we really needed to increase our digital marketing and also definitely have a team of people that were dedicated. We're looking at the whole customer experience aspect. So not only did we revamp our website, our social media, all of our materials, but we're really gearing it towards the customer, because this is a high touch. And when I say high touch, what I mean is, customer service oriented, going out to people's homes. I know that Bridget will talk about that a little bit more, but we want to get the message out there, and we want to get the visibility that we're here to help people. And we've got a very unique, beneficial product that, can help people, keep them safe during the pandemic. We're continuing to expand our offerings. We're even looking at a chat bot so that people can talk to us virtually anytime. So I think the best part of this is, we're getting a lot of traction. People are calling us. Basically from all segments of industry. So whether it's schools or medical offices or manufacturing companies, we're out there on the front lines and we're helping people reopen.
And you're providing some element of control right now in a environment where so many of us feel like we don't have any control, but you can do certain things to ensure safety.
Yes, yeah, definitely, because it's very reassuring when people know that they have clean air. The two products that we'll talk about when we get into the presentation are very, very safe and very good, and we stand behind these products. And because they're so unique, we know that people, they've responded to them, and they know that, it's much easier to open up your business when you can reassure your customers and your staff that, the air that you're breathing is safe.
So I'm going to segue into Bridget so she can introduce herself.
Hi, thank you for having us. My name is Bridget Bell. I'm the Director of Sales here. I was tasked with helping Toli and the organization bring this product to market using a couple of different channels as a way to get this product out into the consumer's hands. And as Beth mentioned, we're doing a lot of high touch. We're going to organizations and testing their air quality and then working with them to develop the best solution that makes the consumer and, as Beth mentioned, the employees feel comfortable and safe coming back into that work environment.
So I'm so excited. I know that we're going to learn so much more. You have an awesome presentation.
Yes. Would you like me? I can share my screen now.
I love that. Thank you.
Great. And I am going to go into presentation mode. Here we go. Okay. So we can do a quick introduction. I don't know if you want to start, Toli or Bridget, and we can just hop right into the slides.
Sure. I mean, it's the same intro, but I definitely could do the intro and then a little bit about Beth, you and Beth, and could really walk through the specs. So this is an overview of what we're going to really talk about. A little bit introduction about Aqualite US, our story. A little bit overview of our company leadership, who we serve, why us, and then the air products and the active pure technology that we're really touting. And I think that it's a game changer. That's right now. That's going to really help a lot of individuals open up their businesses.
Definitely.
So a little bit about our story. As I mentioned, we have been in the water purification business for the last 29 years, and over the last several months have really entered into the air purification business. We have several certification and awards. We are a WQA Gold Standard member. We are a Better Business Bureau A+ rating business member. In addition, we're a proud partner of Home Depot. And we also associate with several chambers, including the Greater Lowell Area Business Chamber as well. Can you on that slide? A little bit of our leadership, as I mentioned. So here's an overview of our leadership. Most of the people are on here already, myself, Beth Hildreth, and Bridget. One thing that's unique about our leadership team is that we bring an array of leadership and experience from different industries. So for myself, my background has always been in operation and finance. Prior to joining Aqualite a year and a half ago, I worked about 15 years in the investment industry, predominantly, serving as the CFO or director of operations and trading roles as well. Our finance officer, Bob Welch, came from Bose and was the controller for Bose for 10 years, and then also worked at Teradyne in manufacturing. Ray Mosquita, who's our president and CEO, has been in the water business for 29 years and has been a top performer for Puronics, who's our manufacturer of our water treatment, and has, guided the firm to be the the top dealership for Purons for the last 4 or 5 years. And obviously, Beth and Bridget has been a great addition to the team as well.
It's an impressive group.
Who we serve, both predominantly on the water side, we serve mostly residential, but we do venture out in the commercial space and work with several companies such as hotels, restaurants, manufacturing firms, companies that make computer chips that need pure water. On the air purification side, we have worked with hospitals, dentists, a medical office, residential owners as well. In addition to private schools, we have been working with several private schools in the area as well. And I'll leave it to Beth and Bridget to talk about the product and how we serve and how the product works as well.
Oh, well, probably too. Yeah, we can talk about our customers and our great relationships.
Yeah, so these are a few of the customers that we have worked with. The picture there is with myself and Kevin, who's the CEO of the local YMCA in Lowell. But we also have worked with the Lake Ridge General Hospital down in Laconia. Several dentists as well. I think there's a couple of private schools. I think this Mount Herman private school that's on there, and the Brighton private school as well, Brighton Montessori private school. So these are just a list of customers that we have worked with that had just used our product recently.
I got excited when I saw that picture. I'm like, I know those guys.
Yeah, Danielle, we were really pleased with your assistance in getting a unit to Kevin as he reopens the Y, and just giving him, some guidance about, as seniors come in and children and their parents and the members in general. He's got a great facility, and the combination of, the new addition and what he had existing, we're doing a complete air assessment to make sure that everyone is safe and protected, especially in those high traffic areas of the Y.
Thank you for doing that.
Oh,
Appreciate
our
it.
pleasure. Okay.
Beth, do you want to walk through this?
Sure. From a marketing standpoint, but also a company standpoint, I feel very strongly about the fact that, we have a great team, and we are so customer service oriented. We are right there with our customers. I know we talked about pivoting the business in terms of, we can't be always as, hands-on and right there at their door, but when we're bringing an air purification system into their businesses, in their homes, and we're running it while we're doing an assessment. Bridget's got a great air meter that can tell people exactly what the quality of their air is in general, in terms of whether it's mold or mildew, or in Kevin's case, construction. So not only are they protected when we come in and do the demo, but we're doing a complete assessment of their entire facilities and listening to any concerns that they have, because as you know, Danielle, every single reopening is a different game, and people have concerns, and we work with them, whether it's their facility or the constraints in terms of staff coming back, or anything in terms of budget. We're right there. We deliver the units. We have units with us when we come out. So much better than, just going out to the web and trying to order something that you really don't know about. We can demo the unit, show you how it works, plug it in, and you're ready to go by the time we leave. Being established here in Tingsboro since 1991, we have some of the best relationships, not only locally, but nationally, with, Home Depot and a lot of the other companies and businesses that we partner with. Our inventory, one of the things that has really differentiated us from the competitors during the whole pandemic is the fact that filters, it's a very big issue. A lot of the companies are that have talked to us said, oh, we're really worried because we looked at another product and all the filters are gone, because as you know, right now people are sort of, I hate to use the term hoarding, but they're buying everything up. So we can get not only the filters but the units in within a couple of days, and everything is shipped in the US. the NASA technology that we'll talk about a little later on in the presentation. This makes us really unique because the products, the technology itself has been used, you know, in space, and it's completely safe. So you can have this in the house, you can have your kids running around, the pets, you can have customers walking by it. It can be mounted or placed in virtually any part of your home or business. You know, we've heard things about other systems and, you know, that people have safety concerns, and we're here to reassure you that, you know, they're completely safe. And lastly, as I mentioned, it's made in the USA. We stand behind these products, we believe in them, and, you know, any sort of issues, which, you know, knock wood, we haven't had, but, you know, the company replaces the products immediately. Move on to the next slide. And now we're going to get into the products. So Bridget, you know, you and I can tag team on this one, or however you want to do it.
Sure thing.
Okay.
We offer 2 products that are unique, and they're both NASA certified, as Beth had mentioned. The air purification, or the Active Pure technology that we're going to speak to was actually developed on one of the space stations because they were growing potatoes and having problems with gases. So this is how that technology came to be. And that was back, I believe, in 2009. And it has progressed, and luckily we offer it as part of our suite of products. So the machine that is unique, that does not only air contaminants, but also surface contaminants, is called our Beyond unit. It's one of the larger units, and it has a 5-stage filtration process. So it goes through these 5 stages, which a lot of other machines out there will go through and have, you know, maybe an activated HEPA filter and carbon filter, and maybe even the UV light. But where our technology is differentiated from all the other technologies is this Active Pure cell. And what that does is it's the last piece that pushes out the fresh, pure air. It creates hydroxyls. Hydrogen peroxide is an example of a hydroxyl, and it pushes that out, and it actively goes out and destroys contaminants in the air and on surfaces. So it's different than a passive system that, you know, waits for the air to pass through it. This is actively pulling in air and pushing out air.
Yeah, and definitely, Bridget, this is the most unique feature of the Beyond system, that it, not only the air, and we'll we'll have another slide about this further on in the presentation, but the air and the surfaces. So it really, you know, for people that need the ultimate protection or have somebody that's, you know, a compromised immune system, it's what they need to stay healthy.
Absolutely.
Okay, and I'm moving on to the next. Here we go. So this is how the technology works. So I think we had the graphical representation of it now, and this is where, and Toli's very good at the scientific aspect of this, but this is how everything gets pulled in with the Active Pure technology and then kind of pushed through and becomes pure air. I didn't know if you wanted to talk about the, you know, hydroxyls and the hydrogen peroxide aspect of it, Bridget or Toli.
Sure. As I mentioned earlier, this is the technology. This is where the big piece that differentiates this product from any other product that's on the market. So it takes in the humidity that's in the air as well as ozone, and it converts it into these like super oxidized, it's a little mini army, if you will, that blasts out, and it actively, and that's the big word, it actively goes out and kills contaminants in the air, bacteria, viruses, whatnot, and on the surfaces. And how it's doing that is it's converting, like, say, oxygen, right, or water is H2O, and it in there it's converting it to an H and an O, which makes it an unstable molecule. So it's looking for something to go out and glob onto. So it makes it a bigger molecule then that gets brought in through the filtration process. That's just a little bit without going too deep into chemistry.
Yeah. Yeah, because most air purifiers, Danielle, out on the market today, they are filtering the air, but they're not actively going out and you know, destroying any contaminants in the air. Okay.
So the big thing about this, and this is one of the things that, really, that it's a product that I can, as a salesperson, you can really stand behind and go, when I'm going and I'm presenting this as a solution in either a daycare center or a school, we have the facts to back up, the product. This product's been tested in FDA approved labs. It's shown that in 30 minutes, 90% of the contaminants that are airborne are going to be reduced. And that's 50 times more effective than any HVAC filtration system. So that's pretty.
Staggering number. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. And there were a couple of case studies that were done through 2 different universities. And these are some of the results that came out of that. So this shows the surface contaminants, and in 24 hours, you're going to see a 99% reduction. And the list of viruses and contaminants that this machine will actually kill is pretty impressive. If you look, the norovirus, swine flu, hepatitis, bird flu, pneumonia, strep, MRSA, these are all things that are very difficult to control in certain environments. So whether we're talking about the environment we're in today or any time, filtration is always something that, if you have it running, you'll see a reduction in your sick time, your outages, as far as people calling in sick, or in daycare and schools, less sick time with kids, because this machine's killing all those, even, what we consider normal viruses, right? The flu and all those things. So with one of our air purification systems running, you actually will, not only feel safer and breathe cleaner air, but you'll see and see the benefit directly by not being as sick as often, or not having your employees as sick as often. So these are a little bit, more complicated slides, in that they talk about the RNA viruses and the DNA viruses. So the RNA viruses are the ones everybody right now is most concerned about. And these studies were done, again, in FDA compliant labs. And it does show that it's over 99.99% effective when dealing with these viruses. This is in less than 60 minutes. You can see the difference between what it was before we ran the machine, what it is after running it, I think, for an hour, and then what it is after 24 hours. So you can see that just drop in contaminants. RNA viruses are things such as polio, obviously, Corona is an RNA virus right now. We can't, make any claims about that virus, but it's in the RNA classification of viruses. So, and then on the DNA side, that's more of the other bacterias.
Okay.
Again, same type of thing. We're talking about the difference in like staff. This one's staff, and that is that equine. I can't see it. It's the same thing. It's showing staff, and some of these things that are highly contagious, MRSA, staph, all those things. What it's showing again, how we go down to 0.1 micron, and then in less than an hour, you'll see a 99.999%. Out to 6 nines. That's important.
It's a lot of nines.
That is a lot of nines.
And then this shows in schools, and as I had mentioned, flu-related dismissals and that type of thing, you'll see a reduction in that. I know in my past life, my previous life, we worked in a call center, and if you got one person sick, it was like tag. The next person gets sick, the next person gets sick, the next person gets sick. And that's similar to, conditions at school. If your child gets sick at school and somebody has strep, oh no, everybody's concerned their kid's going to come down with strep. So, this also helps alleviate some of that and keeps people healthier.
Yes, and we have had so many schools, Danielle, contact us, and Bridget's gone out and done a lot of demos and a lot of multiple purchases of multiple systems in order to keep the schools safe. So it's nice to know that they're trying to reopen where people are comfortable and installing these units.
It's a huge peace of mind for not only the staff, but parents as well.
Parents, definitely, yeah.
Right, because people need that quick fix right now. It's one thing to say, oh, we'll invest however many, hundreds of thousands of dollars potentially, or even greater to fit an HVAC system or some other system that could do this. These units are plug and play. So you can put these in classrooms, you can move them, you can put them in conference rooms and feel very comfortable having people in that organ, in that room or that classroom. We have 2 units that we always have running, one at the front of the building and one at the back of the building. And I'm a fanatic about testing the air quality. So I have my little meter out all the time, and I'm like, oh, what's it at now? And it always reads great, which is very impressive, because everything it says, I'm always testing it. I'm like my own little mad scientist in here. I'm like testing it to make sure, is it doing that? How many hours has it been? And it does it. So the machine it does cover up to 2,000 square feet. As I mentioned, it does go down to 0.1 microns in size. Just to put that in perspective, most viruses are 0.14. It does have this active pure technology, which is endorsed into the NASA Hall of Fame. And to give you an idea, in 30 years, only 75 products have been inducted into that Hall of Fame, and this is one of them. So it's in the Pentagon, it's at Ground Zero, it's in the Liberty Bell, so it's in some pretty impressive places. It does air exchange a 2,000 square foot space in 1 hour. Obviously, if you have it in a smaller space, it's going to circulate the air, up to 4 to 6 times that amount, depending on the size of the room. It is an ozone-free air purification system, which a lot of systems, if you look at, they do give off ozone. So that's another great quality about this. It does use the photocatalytic UV sterilization as well. That's all encased and safe. And it does cover 240 square feet in a minute. So hassle-free warranty, as Beth mentioned earlier. It's a white glove treatment. Anything goes wrong with the machine, we'll be happy to replace it, take care of it. We're local. More than likely, you'll see me or somebody else come out and help you. Fairly easy to change the filters. It's a cabinet-like, pulls in and out. Even somebody not technical like myself can do it. So it's really a great solution. This is one of our smaller units. It does cover up to 1,000 square feet. Now, the difference between this unit and the unit that we just looked at is this unit does not have that active pure. It does have all the other stages of filtration, but it doesn't have the surface contaminant, so surface cleaning ability. It does do all the same things as far as a 5-stage HEPA filter system, the photolytic UV system, ozone free. The big difference between the two machines is the first machine is actively going out and destroying contaminants, and it's pushing out these hydroxyls. This machine is more passive, and it does not have the capability to decontaminate surface.
And the nice thing about this model, Danielle, is the fact that it weighs only 9 pounds. So it's perfect for moving around your business, moving around your house, putting it in your bedroom, say if someone's not feeling well in your house. I was gonna say if someone's not feeling well at work, but no one should be at work if they're not feeling well these days. But it's a great complement because people use it in smaller conference rooms or their own office, and it really does give peace of mind. And this one is even easier to change the filter. And the funny thing about it is, well, I say funny, but I like this. You can even put, it's got some aromatherapy that you can, so not only is it cleaning the air, but it's giving off a nice scent. But you don't even know that these units are in the room because they're so quiet. They're extremely energy efficient, and they just kind of blend in and look like they've always been there.
Yeah, they cost about a light bulb to run, so it's like running a night light. Super whisper quiet. Even on high, it does, you do hear it. It does have like that white noise, but it's not a loud, like you turn on some air conditioners and you can't hear. It's not like that. It's very, very, very quiet.
Yeah, and it does have a couple of different settings. They both do in terms of, speed and, the air capacity is the same, but you can turn them up higher if you need to.
Yep.
Okay. So that is the end of our presentation. So I don't know if you have any questions, Danielle, or anything else that we wanted to mention.
I'm so impressed. This was really great to take more of a kind of deep dive into what you do. And I just wanted to reiterate what you're always saying to me is that you want to be a community partner. You want to work with the businesses and organizations, the schools, the assisted living facilities within the greater Lowell area. So if anybody is watching and they want more information, how would they get in touch with you?
Oh, definitely. There are a number of ways. You can hop onto our website, aqualiteus.com, and you'll go right to the air filtration section of the website. We also have safeairnow.com, which is, a little bit catchier. We're on Facebook. We're on all social, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're on LinkedIn if you want to connect with myself, Bridget, Tolley, and then also our number if you needed to get in touch with Aqualite, which I should have in front of me, but I don't always have. I believe it's, is it 978, Bridget?
The one I have is 781-533-7777.
Okay.
I'll put all the contact information too when I post this so that everybody can just easily get all of that information.
Yeah. And a quick email also is contact@aqualiteus.com.
Well, this was very enlightening. It really does give people the sense of empowerment and that you can do something about your environment in a time that I think we all feel a little bit like we want to do something more proactive and we're just not sure what to do. This is a really great solution for folks.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and as the businesses reopen too, we feel so strongly about that, we're happy to go out and give people an assessment and just look at what they need to, keep those, high traffic, high touch areas, moving freely. And give people that, peace of mind that we all need right now.
Yeah, and I learned that Bridget just loves being the mad scientist. So I'm
Yeah.
the opportunity to go in there and test the air quality in your.
I go in everybody's house. Let me just do this real quick.
Yeah.
So funny. Well, I've so enjoyed getting to know all of you. I look forward to strengthening our relationship even more and helping you spread the word about all the wonderful things you're doing in the community.
Well, thank you very much, Danielle, for having us. We really appreciate it.
Oh, you're on mute, totally. There.
All right, there you go. Thank you. Really putting this together. I really appreciate it. And, I really do feel we can help people open up, and we have the product, and we really stand behind the product, and we're passionate about the product as well. And it's like both Bridget and Beth mentioned, if there's anything wrong with it, feel free to contact us directly. If you connect with LinkedIn, I'll give you my cell phone number. Call me anytime, and I really mean anytime. I'm up pretty much.
Yes, he is.
True.
You heard it here.
Well, Jeff.
Well, thank you all so much, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Danielle.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day.
Bye.
Bye.